When you sign up with one of those 25-year-old gurus and get your free training, even though you have to actually buy the software to use the free training, you're hit with a couple of things right off the bat. And I mean from the very beginning. These things take time and eat up your 30-day free trial, and they have nothing to do with the software. First, did you know you have to have an LLC to send automatic text messages from the system? That's right. High Level will send auto text messages for appointment reminders, missed call text back, and all the other marketing strategies that High Level uses using SMS messaging. But you can't do that unless you have an LLC. You can't get A2P approval unless you have an LLC. It's a requirement for A2P approval. So the very first roadblock you encounter is, do you have an LLC? If you do, great. You may still learn something in this video because from my experience, there are many people that are creating multiple LLCs for multiple websites, and they're wasting a lot of time and money because you only need one LLC to run your entire branding. You may think it's easy, and it is, but there's a lot of confusion around setting up an LLC. Many of my clients come to me and think they need to set up an LLC for each business that they want to get into. That's the furthest from the truth. First of all, a website is just an online brochure. You can have any name you want for the products and services that you provide. There's a difference between how you display those products and services and how you bill for them. Think about it. Let's say you want to start a convenience store and you want to carry Coke, Sprite, and Dr. Pepper. So you pick up the phone, you make a phone call, you place an order, and a big red truck shows up and they stock the shelves with Coke, Sprite, and Dr. Pepper. Awesome. So you spend your 30 days, you contribute to the American obesity problem, you sell your Coke, Sprite, and Dr. Pepper, and at the end of the month, who do you think you get a bill from? You don't get a bill from Coke, Sprite, and Dr. Pepper. You get one bill from Coca-Cola Enterprises. One company, 3 brands. So if we use this same strategy in our general business operations, you're going to have one business LLC and multiple sales channels. You're going to set up your generic LLC, and then you're going to sell products under any domain that you want to sell products through. Each time someone makes a purchase from one of these websites, the bill is going to come from your generic company. Companies do this all the time. You'll go online and you'll purchase something and you don't even care who bills you for the product. You just want your product. You're going to see that it says My Cool T-shirts, and the bill is going to come from some company. So a common practice for doing this is on every website that you have, at the bottom of the website, you simply state that My Cool T-shirts is a division of 123 Ventures LLC. That way, when they get the bill or they see the billing, they're going to know that it's a division of your generic LLC. You want to make sure that you display this so there's no confusion. You're going to send your invoice to the client from the general LLC, and you may even want to send your emails from the general LLC. Your customer is not going to care who bills them. They just want the product, and so hopefully you're getting a feel for how all this works. You have one generic LLC, and you have as many domains selling as many products as you like. You hook your Stripe account to your main LLC, and your Stripe account has a line item for each one of the products or services that you sell on each one of your domains. I do this all the time. I've got AI voice services. I've got AI consulting services. I have high-level consulting. I have at least 15 companies out there, and I bill everything through Stripe. Everything has a line item for each one of the domains, and I bill everything through my corporate LLC. So the big question now is how do we do this? There are 4 parts to creating a generic LLC that will allow you to sell products or service under any name. What you don't want to do is pigeonhole yourself into a particular industry by adding the industry to the name of your LLC. If you do that and you decide to get out of business, you'll have to dissolve the LLC and then create another LLC for the next business that you want to get into. In this particular case, if Ms. Johnson wanted to sell real estate, she could create Johnson Strategies and then create a website called johnsonrealestate.com. All the legal transactions will go through Johnson Strategies, but her website will be johnsonrealestate.com. If she wanted to add another service, say staging, she could have johnsonstaging.com. If she wanted to manage property, she could have johnsonpropertymanagement.com. But she can still bill everything through Johnson Strategies. It doesn't matter what you use. You can use JKR Enterprises, you can use Systematic Ventures, you can use any name that you like for your LLC. Once you've selected the name that you like, you'll have to go to the Secretary of State database in your state and search for the name that you've selected. If the name is available, then you can get the LLC. If someone else has already claimed the name, you'll have to choose another name. Once you've chosen your name, you've checked the database and it's available, you need to check the domain name. Now, in this strategy, more than likely the domain name is going to be available, because what you're going to do is add the LLC to the end of the name that you've selected and buy the .com. The reason for that is you're going to create a one-page website for your generic LLC to give your LLC a legitimate standing. If someone's searching for your LLC, they'll see the websites there. You can list the divisions that you support under the LLC, and the client can see that you are, in fact, a legitimate business. There's an affiliate link below, and Namecheap is where I buy all my domains. They're $10 or $12. Yes, I'm an affiliate. Yes, I'll get my 32 cents if you use my link. But one, it's the best place to buy domains, and two, it's easy to modify the DNS records for your websites. The next thing to consider is your business address. If you don't have a brick and mortar address, then you'll have to decide whether to use your home address or purchase a physical address. There's a lot of debate on which way is the right way to do this when you're creating your LLC. If you use your home address to create the LLC, that information will be out there, and you may receive some junk mail. But you'll also get a registered agent assigned to you whenever you create the entity. If you do it this way, then you can use both addresses. You can use one address, your home address, when you create the entity, and then use your registered agent's address when you sign up for services online. When you sign up for services online like banking and sensitive information that you want to come to your home address, you can use that address. When you want to sign up for other services where you may feel that you'll receive junk mail, then you can use the registered agent's address. They'll tell you not to do this because they don't want the junk mail either, but they are your registered agent, and you can send any information that you want to send to your LLC via your registered agent's address. Now, the second way to go is you can purchase a physical address. There's a link for iPostal below. They'll sell you a physical address, and they'll even give you a business phone number. If you decide to go this way, you can go ahead and purchase the address. They don't care that the entity hasn't been created yet. You just tell them what the entity name is that you're going to create and then purchase the address. It needs to be a physical address, not a virtual address, not a P.O. box. It has to be one of these two or your brick and mortar address. Most of the time, people are using the purchased address because they want to establish business credit. You need a physical address and a hard line in order to get business credit. Now, if you go with the home address and use the registered agent and your home address, you need a business phone number. You might as well use the high-level phone number that you can get in the system. Just use your home address and the business phone number that you created in high-level. The third thing you need to consider is your business type. When you register your LLC, you're going to be asked what type of business you're going to be conducting. Again, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself into any particular industry. You want to be a simple business consulting and management company. There is a code for this. It's under Administrative Management and General Management Consulting Services. When you register your business using this code and this business type, you'll be able to run any business you like unrestricted. The fourth and final component of setting up your LLC is how you structure your LLC. You've selected a generic name, you've put it under Business Consulting and Management, but you need to set up a single member LLC. If you have partners, don't set up a multi-member LLC. Create a partner agreement and put it in the articles. The reason for this is when you try to connect your business to all the online services like Stripe and your business banking, each member is going to have to create an account, sign the documentation, get an email, approve the email, and it really is just a giant pain. Your best bet is to create a single member LLC. And if you have partners, create a partner agreement, put it in the articles. So items 1 through 4 pretty much take care of creating your business LLC. The next thing you need to do is you need to think about business banking. Now you can open an account with Chase, Bank of America, USA Bank, Truist is pretty popular, any bank you like, but you really need an online banking platform if you want to work with Stripe and you want to work with transferring funds. I use Relay. So with Relay Bank, I can create my primary LLC bank account. And then from that bank account, Relay allows me to create as many accounts as I want. I can create an account for each business I have without having to do a DBA. It just lets you create another account from the primary account. With each account, you can either get a physical card or you can get a virtual card, or you can get both. I've found that Relay works best for me because I have so many different business entities out there under different domains that I can move money around from account to account in the same primary account. It works very well. So the final thing we're going to talk about is setting up Stripe. You can set up Stripe using your social security number, but that's really not the way to do business. Now, in order to set up Stripe, you're going to need your LLC documents and you're going to need your business banking account. The things we've talked about in this video so far are the things that nobody tells you about when you purchase high level. These things take time. Your LLC might take a week. Your business banking is going to take 2 or 3 days. Stripe is going to take 2 or 3 days. All of these things you have to do take time. Everybody has to verify who you are. They have to verify your business. They have to verify your banking account. They have to verify your email addresses. They have to verify your phone numbers. Everything takes time. And in your 30-day free trial, you're going to eat up a minimum of 2 weeks just getting everything set up. And you haven't even started the A2P process. That takes time also. So let's recap what we've done so far. So you've selected the name for your company. You've checked the Secretary of State to see if the name's available. The name is available. You're going to purchase your domain. You're going to decide on a business address and create a phone number. Then you're going to create the LLC. Now there's a link below to a company called Doula. Doula is a little bit different than the hundreds of other companies there are out there to create an LLC, because Doula doesn't just take your money, send you your documents, and say thank you very much. Doula allows you to create an account, and inside the account is where your documents are stored. They have tax information in there. They have a university in there that teaches you many things about how to run a business. It's really a pretty good product. I send all my clients there and I haven't had a complaint yet. You're going to make sure when you create the LLC that you set it up under business consulting and management. You're going to set up a single member LLC. Then you're going to do your business banking using all the information you have from your LLC. And then you're going to connect Stripe, again, using all the information you need from the LLC and the business banking. And then you're ready to start collecting money and doing business with the high-level product. So we're back where we started. You've got your business, you're hooked to Stripe, you've got your bank account set up, you got your domain set up where you're selling all your products. You're telling all your clients that these are divisions of your main LLC. You've got line items in your Stripe account for each one of the products and services that you sell on each one of your websites. The money comes into Stripe, goes to your bank account. So let's say that My Dog Treats is doing terrible. You're not selling anything, your competition's high, your overhead's high. You just want to get out of the business. Well, you know what you do? You just delete the website. That's it. You're out of business. Now you might have some social accounts with it, delete those too, but you're out of business. You didn't have to dissolve a company. You didn't have to do any major changes in your structure. You just stopped doing business. You're doing the same thing with My Plumbing Supplies. You want to go out of business? You're out of business. That's all you got to do. Delete the website, delete the social accounts. You're out of business. Let's say you want to get out of business altogether. You just don't want to do any of those 3 businesses that you started, and your buddy down the street just wants to start a detailing company. Well, guess what? Just start Jack's Mobile Detailing. You've still got a Stripe account. You've still got everything set up. All you have to do is start creating all the services that you provide on Jack's Mobile Detailing, charge through your Stripe account. They're going to get a bill from your LLC. They're not going to care where the bill comes from. They don't care who they get a bill from. They just want their car detailed. They call Jack's Mobile Detailing. He comes out, he details their car, he gives them a bill. It's set up in Stripe. They pay the bill. It goes to your bank account. You didn't change anything on your LLC. And you can stop and start any business you want to get into. You can stop doing business altogether. There's no law that says you have to do business. You can hold off for 2, 3, 5 years. You've just got to keep your LLC current at the Secretary of State. When tax time comes around, it's just a one-page form, no business conducted. Okay, so while this is fresh on your mind, let's talk about high level and the $97 account. So when you make a purchase of the $97 account, you're going to get what's called 3 sub-accounts. You're going to get a main agency account, and you're going to get 2 additional sub-accounts. The reason for this is that they want you to start to understand how an agency works. If you've either built your company in one of my training programs or you're going to build your company from scratch, do not put that business in the first level sub-account. Put it in the second sub-account. You're going to build your business in the second sub-account. Now, if you've used one of my training programs and you created your business in one of my sub-accounts and you signed up for the $97 account using my affiliate link, I'll transfer your sub-account over from my agency to your new high-level $97 account. The reason you want to build and keep your business in this second sub-account is Jack's going to show off everything that he's been doing. He's going to show off his AI agent. He's going to show off all of his marketing techniques. He's going to show off his website. And what's going to happen is he's going to run into Rick. And Rick is going to say, hey, man, can you do that for me? And Jack's going to say, sure, I can. And Jack's going to copy everything he's done from this sub-account down to this sub-account using what's called a snapshot. And then he's going to change everything that says Jack's Plumbing to Rick's Electric. He's going to charge Rick a nominal $1,000, $1,500 setup fee. But the main part is that he's going to charge Rick $297 a month. And the reason he's going to charge Rick $297 a month is that that's the next level up in the pricing structure for high level. So when he charges Rick $297 a month, Rick basically pays for his unlimited plan. So now Jack has upgraded to the $297 plan and he has unlimited sub-accounts. He can continue to create more sub-accounts for more businesses, and he's running an agency. If he's running an agency, then he can start using the agency account, create a marketing company, and start selling the product under his brand name. When he gets 5, 6, 10 accounts, he can move up to the $497 level. There's a lot more money you can make at the $497 level, but you really don't want to come in at the $497 level. You really want to start at the $97 a month level, learn how to use the product, learn how to use the sub-accounts, move up step by step up to the $497 level. So I hope you've learned a little bit about one way you can set up an LLC. Now, this is not legal advice. This is just what I've done for years, and it's worked for me, and it's worked for many other clients. This module is typically at the beginning of all my training programs because no one ever tells you this up front. Wait, they let you get into the training, and then you have to stop, create an LLC so you can get A2P approval, and that stops you through the training. Then when you want to integrate your Stripe account, you got to stop the training for that, set up your Stripe account. So what I do is I just give you all this information up front so you can get it out of the way. Most of these things are going to take time. So while they're taking their time, you can be training at the same time. It's just an efficiency issue for me. So if you got some value from this video, hit the subscribe button. I'll be putting out many, many more. And thanks for watching.